to the Cinementalists. Noun, plural. Definition, those whose love for movies runs so deep, they can't help but do a podcast about them. Hosted by Colton Robertson and Joseph George. Hello everybody and welcome in to the Cinementalists, where today we are celebrating my 26th birthday with a discussion of Titanic, originally released December 19th, 1997, written and directed by James Cameron. I am Colton Robertson. I'm joined by Joseph George. What's up, buddy?
Oh, what up? And very most happy birthday to us. The only thing we have, sadly, to look forward to is no more insurance. Is all. Is there anything else for 26?
It's actually, it might actually be the last big one for that reason.
Yeah, I know. You could rent a car or get 25, but then 26 you drop the insurance. I think that's it until. What, retirement or
there's no hope for me there. That age is never coming.
Maybe that's more freeing. I don't know. Maybe it's you have so much more time until the next milestone.
Much more. Yeah,
so it's just you. It's all.
Yeah, and then there's the arbitrary milestones. I'll hit 30, which is like
True.
You're 30, and then it's like, oh, you're 40. And it's like, oh, you're 50.
No.
So like, it's just the tens after this. This one, it's only becoming a milestone because of the system we exist under, which is hilarious. It's like, now I have to pay for health insurance. Great. And I already have been for like 10 days. I went ahead and started doing it on January 1st, because I had to. Or else I wasn't going to be covered this year.
That is insane.
Which is so funny. That's so funny. I had to get it in by a deadline. Okay, regardless, we're here to talk Titanic. I'm 26. Big fucking whoop. I'm very excited to talk Titanic whenever it comes to the birthday movies. The ones that we decide. We've only been doing this on this show for a year. Last year, I picked Willow. Much lighter. Not a sad movie by any stretch of the imagination. Willow was one of my get to know me movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you can see me in it, just as generally in the vibe of it. Like, you're like, yeah, this is a very Colton movie. Nothing, and this is a much more iconic, much grander. It was at one point the highest grossing movie of all time. Hard to assign this to a person and go, this is that person movie. You know what I'm saying? But it's one that obviously I, along with millions and millions and millions of other people, have connected with very, very deeply. I adore it with all my heart, and I have for, several years now. I remember the first time that I watched this, it was on a double date.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was 13, 12 or 13.
Nice.
Very, very young. And, first watch, quote unquote. I'm 13. I get my eyes covered whenever Rose breasts are coming out and, all that good stuff. It was Brody and his girlfriend at the time, Maddie, and Emma and I. All three of them now married, me not. Not to each other, which is very funny. But life, such is life. I love this movie, dude. And I remember vividly the first time I watched it and kind of going, yeah, I'm going to tune out here towards the end so that I don't cry in front of my girlfriend here at 13. And now, I will cry in front of anybody if we watch this movie together. How are you feeling about Titanic?
Oh, no, it's a crier for me too. At the easiest of points. Like, I don't know, and just always remembering, like, damn, this is a true story. Like,
oh my God.
And like the love story of like all the details of this is how it went down, whatever, true story. But just the ship itself, like the tragedy itself, alone is like, oh my God. Anytime I just remember that, I'm almost tearing up. But then the actual love story itself is good enough. And the more I've like grown with it, it used to just be, the movie that Rose. How are you not just going to form a childhood crush around this woman. I feel like, the red hair was really formed by a crucial kind of set, I feel like, of women. Mary Jane, I feel like Kate Winslet in Titanic, Ariana Grande and Victorious. Yep. I think that might be the power trio.
Those were the big three for you when you were a kid.
But yeah, I mean this. But then as a kid, it was just kind of like I strangely wanted to see the ship go.
No, we
the
all
crash
have
part.
morbid fascinations, and that's one of the things about this movie that is wild to think about, as far as how long is long enough. Yeah. Before you go, we're going to make a movie about this. And 85 years after the sinking of the Titanic is a human lifetime. If there was a 15-year-old survivor on the Titanic, it's feasible that at 100 they're kicking it and around when this movie comes out, which is, I mean, unlikely, but it's there. It's a possibility. And so one of the, we'll see. 2086, when it's time for the 9/11 love story, let's make that movie. Let's make that movie happen. No, but see, that's what's fascinating is that, like, to be able to digest a tragedy like this, analyze how it happened, why it happened, and the hubris that went into it, and all the while, it basically tackled James Cameron's fascination with it entirely. He's famously said that he has spent more time on the Titanic than the captain of the ship did.
Yeah, because it was one voyage. Damn.
It was one voyage. That's so he has literally been on the Titanic more than the captain of the ship has.
The captain now.
He is the captain now. And Bill Paxton's character, the one in the future, who's like in the future, the present, I should say, not the past. He says, this has been my life, but I've never understood it. I've never gotten it. I've never let it in. And the idea that this movie is kind of James Cameron's way of letting it in, kind of going, there were untold stories on this boat. There were thousands of lives here. And while this love story might not have happened, somebody was going home to somebody. Somebody, like there were people who accepted their fate and curled up next to each other in their bed. Like that is devastating, and the visual of it and the actual, I don't know, diving into it as deeply as he's willing to, and I don't know, not holding back as far as who's to blame and what the problem was is really, really impressive. And obviously 85 years after the fact, easy to just go, yep, your fault.
Yeah, because, I mean, they even have that scene in the movie of, like, when they break it down very analytically, and show old Rose, hey, here's how it went down, and then that big ass in the air, that big
and that's a big ass.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, it's very easy to, when it is just a ship on a monitor and you're doing, breaking down just the physics or whatever. Like, yeah, you look at it that way. But to Rose, it's like, oh my God, like, holy shit. Like,
You're
I know
giving me
exactly
a play-by-play breakdown of the most traumatic event of my life, by the way.
And big ass is coming out of his mouth, at the same time. So it's like, I think it is, it's a weird gray area of, like, how long do you wait, or is it better to, like, kind of almost rip the Band-Aid off, but because the movie, if anything, honors, like, the tragedy, it's like, look how far you can see how far we've come, like, in just cruise ship, I don't think we make the mistake of having only half passengers. I don't know. Maybe that's still how it goes. Maybe there's even less lifeboats on cruise ships today. I could be talking out my ass, but I'd imagine.
No, I mean, the Titanic by scale is a fucking
it's not even close
dinghy compared to some of the cruise ships we have now, which is utterly fucking insane. Yeah. But no, like, there is. I'm always really fascinated by, that prospect of how long's long enough. Is it important to get the story out there? Like regardless, one of the things that always interests me is the prospect that us being born in 2000, this movie coming out in 97, becoming the highest grossing movie of all time before we are alive. Is the tragedy of the Titanic as well known to us in our generation if this movie is never made?
No.
The answer is absolutely fuck not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because why would anyone bring it up again? No offense to the people who died that day.
No, real, for real though.
But yeah, it became a worldwide phenomenon.
It was probably something in history books. It was probably, it was in history books, and it was something you breezed over in a lesson once, and then that would probably be it. But now every time they hit that lesson, it's like, oh, one of the biggest movies of all time is about that,
Yeah, and if you want the most beautiful breakdown, the most beautiful lens that you can watch that tragedy through, go ahead and watch that movie. I think honestly it's better to just show that in history class.
But when it gets popping, the horror
it's not good actually. It sucks.
No, the tragedy itself, they don't romanticize the actual devastation. And I mean, you got the thing is, me and Emily were watching it and she goes, "What's crazy is it was worse than this."
Yeah. This is a lightened version. This is a movie set version where there's not actual
You're watching people bounce off of stuff from, stories up, and they just bounce off and fling away. And that's already a jarring image. But the idea that is not what would actually happen if somebody did that is, people sliding down the boat all the way down. Yeah. And hitting shit on, that's horrifying. And the screaming and the, oh my God. Yeah. No holds barred. No holds barred there.
And that's the weird thing, is that as a kid, I saw through all of that and thought of it when they're sliding down the boat, I'm like, that would be fun. When they jump off, I'm like, ooh, fun high dive. I think it was just trauma blocking. It's 100%. Okay, I have to make this a fun moment or else I'm just watching devastation.
Otherwise, you're like, why is this movie such a big fucking deal? Wait, this movie's supposed to be sad? You're kidding. Yeah. No, and
smokestack falling down on who's the Italian boy?
Fabrizio.
Yeah, man, damn. He goes that
Rest in
way.
Peace, my boy Fabrizio.
Who's Tommy? The guard shoots him. He was a real one the whole way through.
Love Tommy.
Who else is in that group? Yeah, I don't know, the small guys.
The working man. The third classers. I don't know, man. I adore this movie, and I think that there's so much to love, and obviously the main thing to love is Jack and Rose. The romance at the heart of this movie is as rewarding on rewatch as it is first viewing. It's one of those things that, first time you watch it, it's sweet and it's moving, and then it's devastating. And then the next time you watch it, it's all sweet, moving, and devastating the whole time. The idea that what you're barreling towards, what's going to happen at the end. The first time you watch this, you could be thinking, oh, maybe that's his grandkid. Maybe he did make it off and he didn't live to 100. All of this sort of stuff about, what their life could have been as you're watching it. I'll convince myself that they both lived through this. And then the idea that he is a story she never told. He's become a memory, and that's the only place he lives now. Man, I love that. And the making it count idea, where that's what convinces her. You know what? I'm gonna do this with him. This is my trip with him. I'm going to get off of this boat with him, and this will be my life now. God damn, I love it.
Yeah, that quote, when he does go on that, make that count, he's sitting at dinner with him. He does say, I think that life comes at you. And I don't know why, it made me remember that Timmy C quote, when he was doing the Dune press tour, and he was like, that the captain, something, the captain of your soul, and something of your fate, but you can't, that life doesn't come at you. That life is, you are life, and that you are going, or it comes through you.
You are navigating. Says. Yeah, you're like the. You were like the vessel
Man, what did he...
through which life flows type thing.
Yeah.
Type shit.
I don't know why.
Because that's probably how Timmy C would say it. Type shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it felt like this was like somehow an inspiration.
Mighty Supreme. Mighty Supreme. Yeah.
I need to see that so bad still. Oh
my God. It fucking rules. It fucking rules.
But,
Timmy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Lil Tim. We love Lil Tim.
Yeah, I don't know about the inspiration there, but the good old, I'd rather be his whore than your wife. I mean, I gotta believe it.
Word for word ripped from Twin Peaks. Word for word. For those who don't know, me and Joseph also do a Twin Peaks podcast called Fire Pod with me. Joseph is watching it for the first time. I am rewatching it. And when we got to a certain part of Twin Peaks, which, by the way, during that part of Twin Peaks, whenever a character says, 6 years prior to this movie being made, I'd rather be his whore than your wife. That is a line ripped from Twin Peaks. There are, at that time, 3 actors who would be cast in the Titanic in the series. Billy Zane, as a character named Jack.
What?
And then the Billy Zane's like bodyguard guy is Thomas Eckhart.
Thomas Eckhart. Okay, then I know the name. No.
Yeah, and then the third one. Oh, they meet him very briefly. Wait. He's not around for long.
What the frick? Yeah. What the frick?
He's the other guy in that story. It's Thomas Eckhart.
He's Who is the other? Oh, I'm trying to think of the other guy.
I'm gonna find him because god damn it, it's gonna piss me off if I can't stick the landing on this one. I just know there's a third. Who was it? I'm gonna find him. Don't worry. Stick with me here. Yeah, David Warner portrayed Spicer Lovejoy, the bodyguard type figure that was always carrying that fancy ass gun, and I believe he was also Thomas Eckhart. If I'm remembering correctly, that was the character he played.
Like him. Yeah.
Yep, Thomas Eckhart, and he would have appeared in the same episodes as the other fellow because they were in the same storylines together. Because it was the other guy involved with Josie at the time. Oh, which one are you? Oh, it's going to piss me off that I can't find this. Regardless,
I guess no, the connections run too strong, is like it is for
like
sure
obviously there's an influence from Twin Peaks onto this movie. Eric Braeden, that's it. Who did he played? John Jacobson in this. Who did he play? Oh shit, he wasn't in Twin Peaks. What the fuck do I know this guy from? And why did I think it was Twin Peaks? Oh shit. You're gonna get a kick out of this. I know exactly why I thought it was from Twin Peaks. Because what I know him from is How I Met Your Mother. Okay. And he was in How I Met Your Mother and played Robin's dad when he was originally shown, right? Walk with me here. He played Robin's dad when he was originally shown. The role was later recast, and it went to Ray Wise.
Oh.
So I have this association between this actor and Leland Palmer that exists in my head. My bad. I see. 2 actors. That's my bad. That's why I couldn't find it.
It's still in universe. It works. I see.
It works. It works.
Okay. No, the good old I gotta believe James Cameron is a Peaks fan. He's gotta be.
Oh yeah. And why wouldn't he be? Why wouldn't he be?
So I don't see much other inspiration. In the movie. This is a very, very happy taking the most positive out of the dark that you can. I'd say almost flipping Lynch on his head, but no, it's this. I think that is the way to do any tragedy movie. Obviously, I think you can't heighten. Well, I don't know, because then there's movies kind of like Zone of Interest
Yeah, that's
that
what I was thinking.
heighten it to so much of a degree, because it was more of like a disgusting human act, not just like an accident. You know,
Not
this,
a negligence.
yeah, this, you know,
It wasn't
yeah, I guess still human.
Still human error, human hubris. You know,
true. We want to be the fastest ship. We want to be.
It wasn't like
grandest,
it's not like everybody who designed the boat was like, can't wait to kill these 2,200 people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the vibe. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
No, like obviously that's it, but it's no, exactly what you're saying. Like there are these different ways to analyze these terrible things that happen in life. And obviously this is taken from a real tragedy, but like you compared it to Lynch. Lynch tackles a lot of stuff that does happen in real life. And he makes it his, and he finds a way to approach it in that Lynchian way that makes it feel unreal. James Cameron obviously is more than willing to tackle it straight the fuck on as is. And he does manage to tell that incredible love story here between Jack and Rose. And again, Rose, there's never been, I've talked about this, I don't know how many times on the air. I mean, just countless times have I brought this up. But there's very few times that I've been convinced that a director was at least kind of in love with their leading lady.
Yes. Yes.
Every time that the camera is on Kate Winslet, she looks like the only woman alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is nobody else on this fucking earth besides Kate Winslet when she's on camera. And there's only a couple other times that I can think of off the top of my head where that has happened, and the most notable example is Ingrid Bergman in Casablanca, which is incredible company to keep. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is, if those are the two, goddamn. And James Cameron, like one of my favorite clips, and it gets me like this too, just because of the inevitability of it. You know, whenever she gets out of her little carriage and her purple hat's on, and then she looks up and you see her face for the first time, there's a clip of James Cameron watching that scene and crying. You know, like, and
oh, man.
I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I fucking get it. The first time Jack lays eyes on Rose, I cry.
Dude.
It's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what makes the movie beautiful, is not only on the first watch does it manage to rip your soul apart, but when you go back, you want your soul to be ripped apart. You know it's coming, and the amazing thing is, no matter how many times I watch it, and there's a lot of movies people say this about, but there's not a lot of movies that I actually genuinely feel this. Every time they hit that fucking iceberg, I'm praying to my fucking Lord and Savior somewhere up there that something different happens by the end of the movie than the thing that I know happens at the end of the movie. I want so badly for Jack and Rose to make it out. I want Jack to make it out and live his life with Rose, and it just does not happen. It never happens. And I continuously, every time I watch it, want it to happen. And there's not a lot of movies that can strike that tension in such a meaningful capacity that every time I watch it, I feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like, every single time I see what this see what this movie has to offer, I think something different could happen. Come on now, give it to me. I think something else could happen this time, and it just never does. And goddamn, I love it for that.
Yeah, it's not. It's almost like the tragedy just makes the love story, you know, the most extreme love story you can ever think of. It's not just, you know, oh, two families, you know, don't want these two to get married, and they really want to marry the poor boy that has nothing, and like they're just on land, you know, with no crisis about to happen. I feel like the fact that even in tragedy, that they're still like making love decisions, you know, or it's like that the fact that they can still find love in a time like this, and like whenever he gets the keys, whenever they're you know, Rose breaks him out of the handcuffs and they're running up the gate, the guy drops the keys, he goes and gets him, he's like, Rose, which one? You know, he's like, he just full trusts, like, Rose, you're going to pick the right key. I know you will. And he just, it's
the
just
short one. Do it.
Yeah. Little things like that. I don't know. It's like every step along the way.
You know, the axe swinging, you know, like him being like, that's enough practice. Let's go.
Hit the same spot, Rose, the same exact spot.
You got this, Rose.
Yes.
You got it.
donk. Yeah, and it's like,
Oh,
it's like,
dude.
well,
God, I love it.
I believe. Yep. And man, yeah, I don't know. It was makes
The
things black and
dancing scene.
white.
The dancing
real
scene.
party.
My God, the real party, dude.
Mhm.
Whenever they get down there and they have their little jig
Yup.
off, I
Yeah,
love
they
it.
go,
And then they go spinning in circles and circles and circles, and Rose
Mhm.
downs that beer, and you're like,
she does.
let's fucking go. Like
tippy toe standing, that's
you think, oh, big man, you think you could do this?
yeah.
And he's like,
That's-
fuck no.
Yeah, that shit's hard. That's
No.
I feel like my toes would snap in half. I don't know, like that's
That's the shit
just-
ballet dancers be doing,
Yeah,
dude. Like,
yeah.
that's
Mhm.
why their feet bleed.
That's
You know,
insane.
like,
Like,
they're different animals, dude. Ballet dancers are fucking crazy.
just wearing the heels all the time. I feel like that's just something never had to go. Heels suck. Like that's just
Dude.
that is not meant to be worn. That is not
Nope.
meant for the human foot. But it's just, I mean, it does. I guess it does things for the legs, and I see the attraction, but I don't know. It is insane the fact that it is just effortless to walk in those things for women.
For some people, yeah.
Yep. I guess not all women. Don't want to shit. It's not
And
just
several
a woman.
men.
Yeah, I mean the talent is out there, but I do not have that talent. I put a pair of heels on, I look like a fucking, I don't know, like I'm
Newborn
attempting to
fucking
do
calf.
the 6 foot like stilts. It's like it's the equivalent. I don't 4-inch heels and 6 foot stilts are basically the same thing. I feel like to me, but random heel tangent to go on here. But no, like I guess to maybe rope it back in. I love anytime I can mention costume designer, like the appreciation
The
for
period
it.
drama going on
Yes.
here. Like brilliant costuming. Unbelievable production design. Like to be able to rebuild the Titanic essentially. Like
That's true. Yeah.
what they what they expect it looked like.
Damn. Yeah.
Like that's what based off of real footage of the Titanic. Like during that opening sequence where they go down there, obviously the 4K stuff is not actually filmed on the Titanic, but then they go to this view that is through the little cameras on the submersibles.
Mhm.
That's real footage of the Titanic that James Cameron has.
Damn. That's crazy.
Like, and then they're recreating it on a set underwater.
Jeez.
Back on the surface, like that's
more hours than the captain. That is still insane. Like that's still ringing in my head that this dude, he is just down there and
like, and again to bring it back to like a real world, like wow, unbelievable that happened. I mean the submersible, explosion a couple years ago.
Shoot, another track. Dang, he was down there. Probably through many of those, and that's just a possibility of that can happen. Holy man.
and whenever that happened, James Cameron was a guy they had on as a talking head because he's a fucking oceanography expert. Like this dude makes $1 billion movies to fund his habit of going into the ocean.
Jeez.
Like looking across his body of work, you look at The Abyss, Titanic, Avatar Way of the Water, Avatar Fire and Ash. This dude just makes movies as an excuse to be in the water.
He loves
That's
the
what he
ocean.
does. Avatar was his first movie after Titanic, and then Way of the Water was his first movie after Avatar. Like, you're talking a 25-year gap where he made 3 movies.
Wow.
And they all became the highest grossing movie ever made. Like,
yeah, he's figured it out. I don't know,
dude.
I don't know what he's doing, or how he does it. But yeah, you want $1 billion, hire James Cameron. I feel like that's just the business way to see it. But
that's what's incredible about James Cameron. He's like, nah. He's like, nah, I'll do it when I want to do it, if you don't mind. I'll just do it whenever. The fact that we're getting we got Fire and Ash a couple years after Way of the Water, and now that we're going to get the 4th one within a couple years is just a testament to how much James Cameron fucking loves making those movies, because he hasn't worked that hard since the fucking 80s.
He's really kicking it into gear,
Yeah, he is. I mean, when he went on that Terminator, Aliens, T2, True Lies, The Abyss run.
Damn.
Like, that was not in order, but like that was a 5-movie stretch for him. That was late 80s, early 90s. And then Titanic after that. Like, what a fucking nut, dude.
This guy has the iconic gene. I don't know, some iconic gene within him. He just knows how to like, it's Terminator, Alien, Titanic, Avatar. Like, that is an insane thing just to be bringing into the world. Like, here you go, guys. Here's just
and not
all
to
these
mention,
stories.
look at that lineup one more time. Aliens, Terminator, T2, Avatar, Avatar. Smashed somewhere in the middle there is a period romance drama that takes place on the Titanic. All of that is science fiction. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of it is science. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's made other movies, but like, you can tell that's where like he's like, yeah, I love sci-fi, but also I'm really interested in the Titanic. Let's do this thing real quick. Wow. What an unbelievable filmmaker. I absolutely, I didn't think I would be like a James Cameron head. But I'm here, dude. I'm huge on James Cameron. He's my JC.
It's a weird, like, it was Titanic like a practice round for Avatar, like, or was that, is it like a what can we do to film in the ocean? And it's like, well, damn, it's probably expensive as shit to film in the ocean. Well, what better to go film a tragedy that is well known that people would want documented,
right?
So boom, he gets the funding,
to mention the absurd visual effects that occur in this movie. Like, it's really, really impressively done. We get all these sort of giant panning shots of the deck of the Titanic. Mm-hmm. That's not real.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's not a real boat. Like, that's a fake boat, and often fake people walking on that fake boat. It looks seamless, and that's the only part whenever you're like, okay, yeah, is the iceberg scene. That's the only part where you're like, VFX are a little strange here. But even then, I can't be sure that the VFX are strange there because I have no idea what the fuck that would look like. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one of the things where I'm like, that's so foreign to me that I don't know what that looking realistic would look like. I
mean, that's just like the smallest part of the movie too. I feel like it is the one thing that does happen to the ship that is its downfall, but like it's over pretty quick.
Half the movie happens after that.
Yeah, it's like, actually it's the midway point.
It's the middle of the movie.
That's crazy. That is, I mean,
it is an hour. I think I paused like an hour and 37 minutes in on the dot, because I love when that happens, when I pause and it's directly on like a minute. Like directly on something. I love that. So I took notice, and the chapter title, because I have it on Blu-ray, was Iceberg Right Ahead. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, no fucking way. This is a 3 hour and 15-minute movie, and an hour and 37 minutes in, we are hitting the iceberg. Like, that's incredible. And, that breakdown at the beginning where, they're breaking it down for Rose is obviously an exposition drop for the audience. So you understand the stakes and exactly what is happening when it's happening. And it actually even builds suspense because later on, oh shit, this thing's going to snap in half at some point. Oh shit, this is going to happen. Oh shit, this is going to happen. These compartments filled with water. When that happened, this happened. And, they do that whole thing, obviously, as a means to let you know exactly what happens. And then whenever it's time, you're not fucking ready. And they explain that it takes like 2 hours before before the boat hits the bottom of the ocean. And it's relatively...
That's so insane.
It's pretty close to real time. Obviously, it's sped up a little bit, but with an hour and a half left in the movie...
Yeah. Oh, wow. It's kind of... We are experiencing it as it truly would have gone
and
down.
we obviously get like a 10-minute epilogue with Rose-ish. But, hour and 20 minutes versus 2 hours, obviously we're speeding through a little bit of stuff, but god damn, it either feels like a lifetime or it happens in the flash of a bang. You know what I'm saying?
The ocean is just so scary. I mean, it's like
fucking horrifying. Whenever they go to that wide shot where they shoot the flare, and there's nothing,
nothing
it's just
pitch
in sight,
black in every direction. Yes. Oh my god, that is like, no, Like and it just swallowed it. So the biggest ship of all time that humans have created instantly just swallowed within no time at all, and you would have no clue. And it's just at the bottom of the ocean. How many, how many ships are at the bottom of the ocean? And then what happens at the bottom of the ocean? Does it get sucked down even further into the earth? I don't know what the fuck goes on.
Yo, Jack knows ball, by the way. Jack being like, hey, so what's going to happen whenever this thing goes under is it's going to take us with it. So kick your fucking legs and don't stop.
Locked in. I mean,
bro, both of them were on one. Like they know how to. They know how to. Their fight or flight is on one. They got this shit. Again, that's the kind of stuff at the end of the movie that just keeps you. Is every time whenever Rose gets on the lifeboat, and then she jumps off the boat, and then she's there, and then whenever they climb up, and then she looks at the people around her, and you go, oh fuck! Like it's small moments like that just make this so intensely human and remind you what it's about. Like whenever she looks at a mother telling her child, it'll all be over soon, it'll all be over soon, and then another girl probably about her age looking back at her just terrified and kind of zoning out, disassociating and going, this is really happening. This is real. Like it's a moment for the viewer to kind of reckon with that too. Like this actually happened. This is a real thing that occurred.
Child and father and brother and so many people helpless and nothing, like real, knowing it's coming but not wanting to accept. Like it's the worst. Like it is just. No, like I've been on, I guess, 2 cruises in my life, and it is this movie in the back of my head is the worst fear of every, I think, cruise of everyone.
I've been on 1 cruise, and I was too young to experience anxiety. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I was 5 years old, so I hardly remember it. And that in concept has always been so interesting to me that like there is genuinely I am more anxious than I was 10 years ago. Like as a person, just generally, I am more anxious now than I was 10 years ago. And like only life can make you that anxious. Like experiencing it and seeing possibilities and understanding what can happen is the only thing that can make you scared of what can happen. And being 5 years old, just being like, holy shit, big boat, like, sick. Like there's a pool on there. Like, we're surrounded by water. You're excited about the fucking pool, kid. But
land felt great. I could tell. It felt what you wanted to get there because it was a tropical location. But like, man, it feel good to walk off that boat every time. It was like a land. Like, like, and I mean, I feel, we've only progressed as we've learned from the Titanic. We're like, I mean, we are moving cities at a time now, which is just insane to think about, that we are just doing this on such a larger scale. But it's like, looking through, I guess we were, when Rose was looking side to side and looking at the people, it made me kind of, I don't know, have a lens or some kind of, I don't know, like an out view of Rose and Jack. And it was kind of that Rose really saw the people of the world, while Jack was really good at seeing the world at large. He's been all over, and he's been an artist. And Rose, I guess, says that like, oh man, you really see people, but he's kind of like, no, she's, her hands are really good. It feels like it was still more the world or more the tangible things around him. But Rose is like, she's seen the high society of people.
Understands.
She's like and truly looking at those people during those times. And like, it felt, I don't know why it hit me kind of, it was the first time it ever hit me on this, this viewing of that. But I get like, I focused on that a little more this viewing of like that weird lens of Jack just being kind of the macro and Rose being the micro, and them just that's why, I don't know, maybe another reason they blend so well together. And then like a part I always forget about of the movie is like whenever we go back into present day, or like we see old Rose and like see the like the search for the diamond, is like the whole reason that they're even out there in the first place, is not to actually just document the Titanic. Is like, no, the only reason we got funding is because they thought there's going to be a massive diamond worn by a king.
Billy Zane laughs and he goes, and he goes, "What could be funny right now, sir?" He goes, "I put the diamond in the jacket, and I put the jacket on her." It's such a great line delivery. And then that being like, "Oh shit, she's got the fucking diamond," you know, like, I love it. I love it. And I am certain of it. Not an ending of a movie I like more.
Yeah.
I mean, I am
Fuck yeah. Like it's
tear-jerking, gut-wrenching sobs at the end of this movie. It's a blend of devastation and happiness and all this stuff where she gets the sweet release of death, and sees her husband again. And then she sees the light, and that's that. I fucking, oh my God. And the fact that she dies there, you know, where he did, you know, roughly,
man,
on the boat, in the bed, you're going to die old, comfortable in your bed, surrounded by people you love. And like, she's got all the pictures and like, it's, oh God, I love that.
There. Even
yes,
and, you know, the heart of the sea
takes them everywhere.
Becomes the heart of the sea. Actually, you know, it's down there for no one else to grab. You know, it's hopefully no one finds it. You know, I guess is my wish. But yeah, no, it is.
It's like a needle in a haystack.
The most beautiful way to view this tragedy. Like I don't think, you know, another story could be better. Is like there's not many people that did survive it, you know, and then, you know, just the people that weren't on the lifeboat. Like, I wonder, how many, like, people that were not on a lifeboat that they went back for that survived, or, like, if, like, if that part is true, you know, was it only one survive, you know, is Rose, like, old Rose actually true? Like, that there was one survivor that...
No, well, like what she says, I think, is a fact, which is that there was not one survivor.
Dang.
It's that there were 6.
Oh.
She says I was one. She says I was one of 6 people who didn't make a lifeboat and lived.
Dang. That is, oh my God. And just going through that sea of people, like, and just, like, is any, like, yelling, you know?
Shout out to Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, oh my God, that's who he is. Holy God. Wow,
baby boy Johan Griffith.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hello. Is anybody out there? Yeah, that's Mr. Fantastic there. We keep looking. The only motherfucker willing to lock the fuck in, dude.
Yeah.
The staff of the Titanic. Oh my God. Whenever they break through the goddamn wall and he goes, "That's White Star Line of property. You're going to need to pay for that." What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Yeah. Like, really? We're at this stage right now? Like,
they both go, "Shut up." It's so good.
Shut up.
It's so good.
Oh man. Yeah. The guy just holding that gate closed, you know, he's just holding, you know, and seeing all the people just back there.
Fucking problem.
You know, that there's one dude up there, I guess I don't know, we don't deal with him, but then the second gate they go to that they smash through with the bench, and then just Tommy gives him a nice, you know, hook
sock
to the
on the jaw.
Yeah, just
let's
boom.
fucking go.
Yeah, that's nice.
That should have happened to so many more people in the process. Like, don't get me wrong. I appreciate the idea that they're trying to prevent a panic. The way to prevent a panic is not to lock people in a fucking room, dude, on a sinking ship where water is rising.
Maybe it was more like, morbid of like, well, damn, we only want the first class people to get on the boats.
Oh, 100% was.
Yeah.
Like, they got priority to live.
Yeah, that's, oh my God. Yeah, and the better half, you know. Well, at least it's the better half, you know. Yeah, Billy Zane, man, from peaks to this, he really is a coin flip. Or completely opposite.
He gets a perfect ending. Yep, from what I hear, the Great Depression hit him pretty hard, and he put a pistol in his mouth a year later.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, dang, I didn't think of this. Maybe the actual earliest suicide I've ever seen in my life is the guard that kills Tommy and the other guy, and then he does it to himself and falls in the water. I don't know which came first. It was either that or in Predator. dude that just takes off everything, slices his chest open with his machete, and then just falls off the bridge. It's a little more,
that's a big one.
yeah, a little more ambiguous, I guess, of a suicide. Other, the gunshot, pretty. I mean,
this
damn,
guy is putting a gun to his goddamn head.
Damn.
Yeah, that's pretty tough.
But yeah,
hard to...
that I always, as a kid, that was actually like nightmare fuel. Was just that guard killing himself. That I didn't, more than the ship and everyone else dying. It was like that was specifically nightmare fuel of just seeing him flop into the water. Maybe it's just the most real death there is on that's captured. Like everything else is actually not as gruesome as it could have been.
Well, it's just as it's. You can distance yourself from it. It doesn't have to be real. Like, and obviously this isn't real, but like, that's a guy put a gun to his head and pulled the trigger. You're like, oh shit, that's possible. Goddamn.
I don't know.
It was
like, I didn't like it. Yeah. It was like, I couldn't deal with that, but it's
the first time you're watching gun violence in a movie and going, true. Oh shit, never thought about that one.
Wait, you could do that to your, oh my God. Wait, no. Yeah. It's like, so I don't. No, it's that. It's
kind of one of those things that puts into perspective how fucking dangerous the things are. Like obviously you watch like when you're growing up, you watch movies with heroes who wield guns and they shoot bad guys.
Yeah.
And, and so you're like, yeah, woo. And then somebody does something like this and you go, oh shit, those things are dangerous.
Yeah, it's like shit, and I don't like that is way more scary than the smokestack that does fall on like 80 people at once, and that. That or when the boat falls back.
Poor unfortunate souls who jumped off the back of the boat, not realizing that it would flop down on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's and they don't even begin to. The jump alone, they're cooked. That's high enough
hurts.
To kill them.
That's already hurting, and then like
broken limbs, for sure.
And then it's morbid, but like if the choices are die of hypothermia and freezing, or just an instant impact, I might just want to actually take the instant impact there. It's like pretty bad. Not all good. There's not a good option,
no,
for these.
That's
people.
What's and whenever we get to the lifeboat part, and you're like, okay, only half of the people can be saved. 1,100 of the 1,200 or of the 2,200 can be saved. These lifeboats fit 64 people per thing or something like that. And then there are lifeguards or people letting 11 or 12 people get on a boat and then going away. Yep. Rose's fucking mom being like, I wonder if there's reserved seating for the first class. And her being like, you should kill yourself. That's honestly a valid reaction. And being like, you know what, Mom, I'm never going to see you again. I'm going to, from now on, I'm dead to you. Okay? Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And maybe that's why this movie is so beautiful, is it makes things like this so black and white. Like a daughter leaving her mother and her family. Like it sounds really like there's a lot of gray area.
That sounds
if
sad.
It's like on land.
Yeah, that sounds sad.
Or just not in this situation, but like in this movie, it's like, no, fuck yeah, Rose. Like go leave. Like this is great. It makes things beautiful. Just so much different. And it's like that the fact that a decision like that can be made so quickly, and in a time like this, but back in the safety of your own home, you think about it, and you'd second guess every little thing. You're like, it's much more of a gray decision, I feel like. So it is tragedy almost brings out like the beauty in human story and like what you do whenever if you do realize your time is running low, what do you do in those last few minutes? And
that's the basis of a lot of great storytelling is, what do you do when your life's on the line? Like one of my favorite characters in this movie is Kathy Bates's character, the unsinkable Mrs. Brown, who's new money and obviously an actual human, just happened to strike oil and is like, fuck yeah, I get to be in high society. What's up, bitches? That's an incredible character. And whenever she's on the boat with Rose's mom and she's like, what the fuck are we doing? There's room for more people. The boat's gone. Let's go save people. And the guy being like, if you do that, there's going to be one less person on this boat. If you don't shut up, you're going to fucking die.
And it's like I don't know. Like it is if they do go back
No,
and they're in that
he
pool
doesn't.
of, a bunch of people that are still alive, I think their boat does go like it is the
No,
sad
yeah,
truth,
he does not have a
but,
bad
like,
point. Don't
yeah,
get me
it's
wrong.
like,
Like
but
that's
fuck.
valid. It's
Like
but
it's, yeah. But like I'm on both, like both of them have the right, call.
the
It is,
right
like,
thing to do is go back.
Yeah. But then
The
going back,
the reality of it is that they will probably
everyone.
die doing so.
Yeah,
You know what
that's-
I'm saying? Like that's
fuck.
they're
It's
not
like, yeah.
they're not mutually exclusive things. They're both correct about like what will happen or what should happen and what will happen, I should say.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, that is just like just even have to be in that situation to make that decision,
Nah,
and it's
dog,
like
I'm not built for it. I don't got the
Man.
dog in me like that.
man, yeah, and to be
Jack
I
and
mean,
Rose stronger than me, brother.
yeah, yeah, like Rose, this is the first time I thought of this. I'm like, when she was just laying on the headboard, she was singing, just looking up at the stars, the ocean. That is one thing I love about a cruise is the night sky is no light pollution around anywhere. So like as a star lover, I mean, it was incredible. And yeah, if you're going like this, just kind of floating, I mean, it's cold as shit, but she's already said it herself, like she can't feel her body anymore.
Right.
Like, yeah, I think like all feeling is gone and you're just kind of slowly going away. This, like, people say that they'd rather burn to death. I mean, like, if this is freezing to death, like just kind of laying in cold and looking up at the night sky, this seemed kind of peaceful. Burning to death is
I've
like,
actually
I don't
actually
know.
heard freezing to death isn't like obviously it sucks when you can feel it,
yeah,
but there comes a point when you can't feel it
Yeah.
anymore.
and then you're just
and like
yeah.
that's
You're just
like that's
numb.
why like I can't imagine preferring the idea of
Yeah.
burning to death.
People
That's
just say it's over quicker, but it's like a way worse quicker. Like I feel like
Yeah.
that is terrible. Like that is this. I
Yeah.
don't like. Yeah, but like I don't. It's terrible either way. It's death, but like at least it is just I'm cold and then I'm numb, and then if it's like Rose, if no one did come back and she would have had it the slowest out of anybody. Everyone that was in the water died faster, and
Yeah.
like, but like I don't know, it looked sort of peaceful, which was a weird thing to pick up on like this watch of like, the most peaceful death out there was, if it would have been Rose.
It could have
out
been
of
Rose.
Everyone.
Yeah.
And-
Well, and Jax is pretty peaceful. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not
true.
good. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. He freezes to death.
way better than
Um,
most other, if everyone else was just out there on their own, didn't have
He's
anyone
holding the
else
hand
or-
of the woman he loves, and he's comforting her, and then he dies. Like
Mhm.
worst ways to go.
Yeah.
But whenever she sees help and she tries to wake him up, dude,
Fuck.
dude,
No.
I can't. I can't.
And her vocal
fucking
cords
do
are
it,
too
dude.
cold to actually yell, and like it's too she can't actually yell. It's like the
She goes, "I'm sorry,"
Ugh.
and oh god, she pushes him down and
Yep.
or lets him go and lets him sink, and then she has to go for the
Yes.
whistle, like and swims all the way over. What a badass! What a
That-
fucking badass!
Yeah. Used to be one part of the movie that when I was young, I like hated. I'm like, how are you saying that you'll never let him go, and then you literally let him go, Rose? I'm like, come on.
That's
I didn't
why-
get
that's
the
how
metaphor.
she never
yeah.
lets him go.
I didn't-
That's
I
how
didn't
she
get it
never
yet.
lets him
Yeah.
go.
It was that took time. That was a overtime thing. And yeah, it's like she was ready to die before Jack, actually. Like
Yeah,
she
that's how
she
they
was-
meet.
actually, that it is a suicide attempt. I guess it is a weird way to meet someone, but that is what was going down. And then
Well, if you're gonna go, I'm gonna jump with you, and it's not
Yeah.
gonna feel good.
Damn.
Like I know what's down there. It's cold as fuck.
it's in an interesting way to talk someone out of it, to because he's like, no, you won't. Or she's like, I'm gonna jump, I swear. And he's like, no,
He
you won't.
He goes, pussy no balls.
Yeah, no balls.
like,
He no balled her, bro. Like that's insane to be the first thing kind of out of your mouth. But I mean, it worked. I like when he eventually got, his point that he got to. I think was good. But
Oh,
the
yeah.
first thing that he did come out of his mouth was basically no balls.
won't.
Like I know you
Yeah.
won't. Like the
Yeah, you won't.
ultimate. But then they're they're back there. At the
Imagine she goes, "Watch me," and she just takes a step off, and then he's like, "Oh, I played that wrong," you know, like
he puts his shoes back on and just.
he's like, "Damn, yeah, movie
like,
over." Yeah, no, and funny that like Billy Zane's bodyguard dude is so critical of him.
Yeah.
From the jump, obviously on the basis that he's poor, but funny that what was such a sudden accident, you had time to take your shoes and jacket off. Mm-hmm. It's like, you're not reading into that in the way that means Rose tried to jump over the fucking rail and he stopped her from doing that. You know, like,
or he just doesn't care maybe about Rose committing, he's just that misogynistic too, maybe that's just skipping his mind, and it is all just, but this isn't your woman, so you shouldn't have done, it's not your part, or not in your business.
I don't know,
but he is.
There's nothing about the high society people's logic that I can follow. The only one that I think is even slightly cool and it immediately backslides is the dude who is like, whenever they're like, "Put your life vests on," so he goes, "Nope, we're dressed in our Sunday's best and we're going to go out like gentlemen." That's sick. Baller. But then he goes, "Actually, I will take a brandy." And you're like, okay, dude, this guy has no time to serve you brandy. Get over yourself.
Find your own brandy at that point. But your first one, that was sick. That was like, all right, you're going down with the ship.
Band, whenever they go, oh my God. Like, there are so many parts of this movie that just get me, dude. And them being like, "It was a pleasure playing with you. You guys get to a lifeboat. I'll see ya." And then 3 of them walk away, and the like band leader stays behind and keeps playing, and then they all come back and keep playing. Oh, God fucking damn, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, the idea that in your last moments, the best thing you could be doing is what you love.
Yeah.
And them all being like, it's this right here. This is what we do. Like, and all of a sudden, like, the idea that the famous idea that the musicians played until the Titanic sunk. Or Titanic sank, and then running with that idea and going, well, they did it because that's what they love to do. And that's how they would like to go out. It wasn't like they never gave up sort of thing. It's just that that is their version of accepting what's about to happen and understanding that if they're going to die, they want to die doing this.
Mm-hmm. Because no one,
my God, I love that.
No one ever doubts the like captain going down with this ship. That's like a story being told. That's just a thing a captain has to do, actually, and it doesn't even seem like a loving, act. It is just you must do it if you're a captain. But no, the band. Everyone else that's on the boat, I think like that's why like Rose looking over and just looking at a mom and her child, and it just makes everything else just like, oh my, those stories are everywhere in the water all at once, and it's like we're just seeing one of them,
and those little fucking drops in the like story where they're just the negligence. Whenever, the guy who does survive, who's like, full steam ahead, wouldn't you like, since it's your last voyage, Captain. Classic storytelling. I have no idea if this was actually the captain's last voyage to be or anything, but like, you're about to retire and then you die, like that's a classic storytelling beat. But him being like, let's go full steam ahead. What do you say? Really get the engines pumping, arrive there a night early and make headlines, and then that guy gets to live. That little dropper, they're like, you seen the binoculars for the lookouts? And he's like, nope, I haven't seen them since shore. What?
Yeah.
What the fuck do you mean?
That dude, I don't know. For some reason, the designer kind of gave me the heebie-jeebies as a kid, too. Like him, whenever it's just the shot of him sitting in the boat, like on the slow, like down when he's like, yes, I got in. I realize that I am doing this, but whatever, who cares? And as a kid, I did not know him as the designer of the ship, like at all. It was just some random dude that hopped on a woman's boat when he was not supposed to. And then I'm like, oh, you're the dude who wanted a clickbait headline, to drive, your boat to be more cooler or whatever. And this yellow journalism. Yeah,
it's just,
it's just,
God, what a cunt. I fucking hate that guy. And I love the way they portray the captain and the engineer. You know, I love that the captain going down with his ship is an honorable move.
Yeah,
like he's like, I didn't want this. This isn't what was supposed to happen.
Yeah,
but this is my ship. And I almost deserve this for allowing it to happen. I do have the say so. I could have told this guy, fuck off. This is my ship. We're not speeding up. We're not doing that. And I did. So I'm going down. I deserve to die with these people. Cool. The engineer does not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the engineer is like,
yeah.
He feels the weight of responsibility even though it isn't his. And that's devastating.
Yeah.
You know, whenever Rose sees him and he's like, Rose, I'm sorry I didn't build you a stronger ship. Like, oh my God. Like, dude, no ship is surviving a head-on collision with a fucking iceberg. This isn't your fault, dog. And then whenever he was like, yep, I advocated for more lifeboats, but apparently it's ugly. Yep. God.
Like, and we still don't learn quite, as much. Like another, just a tragedy that's ringing a bell, like, and it's similar to this is the Challenger explosion. And it was due to just, wanting it to be televised and, not actual practical reasons to have the launch happen, and then the worst happens. It is, it was already the headline, but the Titanic was already, just it setting off in the first place.
It was gonna make a headline when it made shore.
Yep,
it's the biggest ship ever.
Yeah, and
it completed its voyage. And these fucking cunts, God, I hate the rich. If I could eat them, I would.
Yeah. It's maybe the one time I could. I don't know. To be all right with just it just doesn't. I don't know. It feels like that's tainted though. I wouldn't even want their sustenance. It would be wrong. I'm
grinding them into vichyssoise.
I think just throwing them in the Atlantic, Ocean, or Arctic,
poetic.
Ocean, just throw them in there. It's okay. The ocean swallows everything. It just maybe like Dune, like how the sand just swallows everything. It's like, but the ocean really, really does like that. I mean, it is not friendly. It is a scary beast. But fuck, if James Cameron, he'll go down there for who knows how many hours
for funsies.
I want to look at that. I want to go down there. That's insane. That is an I don't know, insane behavior. But it gave us this movie though, so I can't be too mad.
Man, I love it. I do. And I mean, it's a 3 hour and 15-minute movie. There's so much movie here that I'm sure there's plenty of stuff we're not touching on, but I don't know. It's more than anything, it's the feeling. And the feeling I have at the end of this movie is just overwhelming love, for, and that's fascinating. The idea that this movie could make me feel that way about my people and about life in general, whenever it is obviously so tainted in tragedy. And
just makes you feel human. Though. Like it
does. It makes you feel alive. It does make you
that.
feel alive, and that's God. It's special. It's special for that reason, and I adore it. I don't have many other thoughts on Titanic. I'm sure I do. If we were to like break it down scene by scene, I'd have a lot more here. But just floating, I feel pretty good about the conversation. No pun intended about the floating.
No, I mean the only other. One last thought I had, you brought up 3 hours, 14 minutes. Probably the only 3+ hour movie that no one has a problem throwing on. Like it is not
true
a time commitment. It doesn't feel like the 3 hours. It is just everyone throws this on. But an Oppenheimer gives some people a pause.
Unbelievable pacing here. Yeah.
But
it's incredibly done. Man. Yeah. Favorite. One of my favorites ever made. And it's why I had to cover it here on my birthday. Celebrate being alive with a little bit of death.
Yeah. To make
Love
the
and
life
death,
more
yeah.
beautiful. Yeah.
Yes, you get it. You get it. You
Yeah.
know ball.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think with that we can conclude our episode on Titanic here on the Sentimentalists. We'll be back next week with Wild at Heart to continue our romance movie month, and that'll be coming the day. It'll be coming January 16th, which is a year and a day after the passing of the movie's director, David Lynch, someone who me and Joe have come to idolize a great deal.
Yes.
And I'm very excited to talk about it. We've kind of made our way, chipping away at his filmography. We've covered Blue Velvet and Eraserhead, Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, and now we're going to be crossing a fourth one off the list here with Wild at Heart next week. Very excited for that. Obviously, that's the companion. Those are companions, of course, to our Twin Peaks podcast, Fire Pod with Me, which I plugged much earlier. I won't do it again. I did basically the full plug. But if you have a friend who likes Twin Peaks, share it with them. They'll appreciate it. Let's see. We also have a show called Geek with Me, which is more Star Wars, Marvel, fantasy, comics, all that sort of stuff focused. Our most recent episode was a Force Awakens live commentary. Star Wars The Force Awakens to celebrate its 10-year anniversary. That was about a month ago. So you got to go check that out. God damn, that was only a couple weeks ago. Jesus. Long couple weeks.
Yeah,
That's
the holidays
weird.
Stretch it out, but make it go.
Yeah,
it's a
that was
time
only a
vortex.
couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
it's strange. Fucking weird. So we covered that a couple weeks ago. Got to check that out. Geek with Me, Fire Pod with Me, and obviously here on the Sentimentalist, we'll be back next week with Wild at Heart. After that, we'll be doing In the Mood for Love, Wong Kar-wai, and then we will be topping off the month with Moonstruck. So great month ahead. Stick with us, and then February, got another great slate. So, got to stick with us. Let's go ahead and rate Titanic. It's a 10. All right.
Yeah, I already had it in there. Actually.
Yep, it's already done. It's already over.
The whole episode. This month is pretty good. You know, have we ever had an all 10 month? I don't know. I don't know the
I
next
don't know that we will.
But yeah, that's okay. But I don't know if it's. I don't think that's ever happened.
It's a good fucking month. No, I don't think we've had a clean sweep. I don't think we've ever had a clean sweep.
Ooh, Lord. Yeah, no. I'm not a clean 10, but Lord of the Rings and Holdovers might have been in the same month, and Challenger. Holy crap! Yeah, wait.
It's a great month.
That's a
Lord
pretty
of the
high
Rings
month.
trilogy, Holdovers, Challengers. Yeah, we got to take the averages of the months and see what our greatest month of coverage is.
I bet you're stacking up to be pretty good here, though. This one is going to be a strong month.
It is. Yeah. It's going to be. I can tell you for sure because obviously Lynch next week.
Yeah.
In the Mood for Love, you've never seen, but I know for a fact you'll enjoy just from an aesthetic standpoint. And Moonstruck has Cher in it, so that's a 10.
Come on.
Come on now.
Yeah.
I think with that, we will conclude this episode of The Sentimentalists. A good old 10 for Titanic on the Sentimentalometer. And we'll be back next week. I was Colton Robertson. I was joined by Joseph George. Thank you very much, homie.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here, homie.
Oh, and it is always a pleasure to have you. And remember, what quote do I want to go with? Which one is it going to be? There's a lot of good lines here. Let's see. Let's go with a classic. Not a corny one, but a classic. A little corny. Jack, I want you to draw me like one of your French girls.